So short-term field trim is bouncing around 0. Long-term field trim's -5%. So this is not a fuel or a mechanical internal engine condition, or even most likely not an ignition related fault either causing this vibration. What's up guys, it's Keith. Got a weird one, and this is a good opportunity to use this tool real quick. So I just stopped at a stoplight right after my last stop, pulled up to the stoplight, I'm sitting there to idling, and then the whole van starts vibrating. I don't know if you guys can hear it. It's like it just started vibrating like crazy. And I legitimately have been trying to find a reason to use this tool, and this will be good because I got a pretty good idea what this is. This is the Launch Creader 3008. Get this thing booted up. See if you can see the screen here. Got a couple options. So we're going to select, you got diagnose, battery, review, lookup, print, help, setup, and info. This is literally the first time I've used the tool. So we're going to go diagnose, which is the top right. It's doing an auto check of all the different protocols. Data stream supported 39 PIDs. Readiness not supported 2, readiness complete 8. Check engine light status. The malfunction indicator lamp status is off. I know this is difficult to read. I cannot screen record this one. And this thing's vibrating pretty bad. So I think this is probably a motor mount, but I wanted to go in here and use the feature where we can look at live data and see if our fuel trims or anything suggest any kind of other problems. So let's see. So when we go into diagnose, we've got read codes, erase codes, IM readiness, data stream, which is probably where we're going, evap system. Let's see, it's got a parenthesis next to it. So this is going to be, is this going to be our mode 8 data? Yeah, mode 8 data. Onboard monitors, that's your mode 6. O2 sensor test, that's your built-in O2 sensor test. And then the freeze frame data. So I'm going to go to, holy crap, this thing's vibrating. Sorry. To data stream. So here's the deal with this. Okay. In a data stream, there's view all items, select item, and view graphic items. So I'm going to graph the data because I wanted to see this, but this will be the first time I think the motor mount went bad. And if so, then we're going to see fuel trim should be fine, everything else should be fine. But I've never been inside of a vehicle when the motor mount went bad. Like, I've diagnosed many motor mounts, but like this was weird, sitting in my van and it just started shaking. And this is a common problem with these. The motor mounts go bad, but I've never like been driving down the road and it happened. I think it's been, anytime I've ever had a motor mount go bad, I've started the vehicle up and then it was bad from startup. So it's weird just setting in it. So I'm going to go to view actually first I'm going to go to view all items. We'll look at this data stream. It says it's getting the supported data. There we go. And you'll see it's going to have a lot of the OBD2 data. Let me scroll down. So we can already see our long trim data is -5.5%. Ignition timing, 9.5 degrees. Engine RPM, 690. Intake manifold absolute pressure is 9.6 inches of mercury. It's like 19.2 inches, so that's about right. Yeah, that's about right. Intake air temperature is 116. The airflow rate is in pound per minute, so that's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of unusable. 0.4 pounds per minute. I wonder if there's a way. Let me go, I'm going to look and see if I can change the metrics that these are in. So let me go back. Pretty sure you want to exit, click OK. I'm going to go to settings or setup at the front screen. Units of measure. Okay, there is an option. And there's imperial and metric. So I'm going to go to metric. I'm going to click the back button. Now another, oh, I can turn the beep off also. So we're gonna go there, I'm gonna turn it off. Let me go back, okay. No more beep. There's a record mode, what does that do? Oh, I can turn record mode on and off. I turned it on, I don't know what it does yet. Then language, there's a couple languages available too. So the other thing is this has it says battery option, that's the second option. If we select that, it's really just giving you a battery voltage readout, and if the engine is on or off, somehow it's telling that, probably by ripple or something. And that's about all we get out of it. It's not like a battery test, but it's going to give you a voltage check. Alright, so I'm going to go back to diagnose, back to data stream, view all selected items. I mean, I really feel like this is a motor mount, but I'm going to kind of display its use. Okay, so what is the... There we go, 2.9 grams a second. That's about right for 700 RPM, 690 RPM. There we go. Now our mass airflow is in grams a second. That's more usable, because I had no idea what 0.4 pounds a minute was in grams a second. Absolute throttle's at 15%. Short term, fuel trim, bank 1, sensor 2, so rear fuel trim's at 99.2, so a 0.8% negative trim on the rear O2. That's a rear trim. It's done in like an alpha fuel trim, so 99.2 is 0.8% negative fuel trim. Distance traveled with check engine light on. There's no check engine light. Fuel level input 79%. Let's see. Evap pressure, barrow's 98 kPa. Absolute load's 20%. Fuel air commanded equivalency ratio is 0.999. It's about perfect. Relative throttle position is 2.7%. Ambient temp is now in Celsius at 28 degrees, so that's about right. And then we get our accelerator pedal position. Looks like B, D, and E accelerator pedal position, and commanded throttle actuation. All right, so let's get out of just the stream and go to view graphic items. See, if I hold it just up off idle, the vibration pretty much goes away. So really, let's see, how do I do this? So I can scroll. So you see, when you go into view data options, there's little boxes, and I think you have to click okay, check marks it, and then I can go up and select other ones. Okay, so looking at the data stream, this is short-term fuel trim. So short-term fuel trim is the orange that's moving around. So this actually graphs data pretty well. The red line in the center is engine coolant temp in Celsius. So let me select two other, go back, view graphic items, getting supported data. It looks like I can select two things. So if I do short term, so you see I selected short term, if I pressing OK and putting the V next to it, when I select the second one, it opens up the graph. So really we only get two data PIDs to graph, but that's better than nothing. I mean, this thing graphs data. So short-term fuel trim is bouncing around 0. Long-term fuel trim's -5%. So this is not a fuel or a mechanical internal engine condition, or even most likely not an ignition-related fault either causing this vibration. So that's one good piece of evidence that it's just this, just the motor mount. So let me go back and we'll go to mode 6 data. I'm going to back all the way back out to this screen, to the diagnostic menu, and go over here to the onboard monitors. Select that. Should be our mode 6 data. And we're going to do the ultimate test and see if that's right. There we go. Awesome. It does decode the mode 6 data. Pass. So we'll go back. Basically, you go to each one of the cylinders and check and see if there's any misfire stored in mode 6 data. Because mode 6 data, if you notice, The maximum limit is 65,535, and that's probably the amount of misfires it would take to set a check engine light. And it looks like we're clean. None of them have an actual value more than 0. So there appears to be no mode 6 misfires logged. All right, so that pretty much concludes my diagnosis for my van. I'm going to probably have somebody power brake this at my next stop. It's getting dark, so I need to get it done quickly. Have somebody power brake this for me. I'll check out that motor mount, see if we're getting a bunch of vibration there. And it's hydraulic, so it's probably leaking. If it's really bad, they get to where they leak. So we'll take a look at that. But that's the Creer 3008. Another tool that was sent to me. This will be a giveaway on my Patreon channel. Somebody will win this coming week, actually, on Sunday. This video probably won't even come out till after that. But anyways, if you guys like something small like this, it's always good to have a small code reader around. I have the Launch Creader 3001 in the back of the van. That's usually what I keep for a small code reader, and that thing's even smaller than this, but it doesn't graph data. So this thing does mode 6, graphs data, has mode 8. So that's pretty good. I think it's like 50 bucks or something. I'll put a link down in the description of this video and you can check it out. The distributor that sent me this one is King Bolin, so big shout out and thanks to them. And then this will be, like I said, this weekend I'll be giving this thing away to somebody. So we'll see you guys later, but thanks for watching.